you know, and Chris and I had this conversation too, like, you know, she has the Kardashian name behind her, right?
Yep.
So she has that legacy and she has that clout that sometimes people that bring up a business or start up a business don't have. But I still think that she took something that she loves and just made it boom. You know, we're talking about a cosmetic line, which is something that we see all the time. But she's pretty big.
My question is, what's different from, obviously I have no background in this, what's different from her cosmetic line as opposed to other ones out there? What makes her uber successful?
I think it's just Kylie Jenner as a public figure. People love her. She has such a big social media following. And the Kardashians in general, people are just obsessed with. You know, their fashion, everything that Kim wears, it's in vogue 3 months later. You know, we just don't realize it. We think it's crazy, but they are such trendsetters. And we hate on them and we bag on them for it. But in the end, I think people that don't realize that they are Kardashian fans. And with this story, I gotta give Kylie credit. I mean, I know the self-made title is getting ripped on, but she was born into this. That wasn't her problem, you know? Well, and go ahead.
Well, there's a lot of people out there who have some tweets that are kind of knocking Kylie. I think we have a few of those tweets out there. Calling Kylie Jenner a self-made billionaire is like claiming you made soup from scratch because you opened a can and reheated it.
Come on.
I kind of agree with the pedestrian poet here because
haven't we all done that though? You buy the cookies at the store and you bring it to the party and put it on a platter.
But the conversation is the self-made part is clearly when I saw it, that's what I took issue with right away. Self-made, I mean, she had a head start from day one.
Which is what
But she's a businesswoman, you know? She had no investors. Makeup is cheap. Cosmetic lines are easy to, I mean, I'm not starting a cosmetic
she
line
had no investors.
Soon,
she had the Kardashian family name, the Jenner name, that was an immediate investor. She was born into uber wealth. And look, should she be penalized for that? No, I don't think that's fair to say. She's born into money. She shouldn't be appreciated for what she achieves. She's definitely achieved, but the self-made part would rub any self-made entrepreneur the wrong way in terms of this is not a soup to nuts situation. This was, hey, you've got a team already surrounded by you. As you watch those shows early on when she was young, she had a marketing team around her. She had a makeup team around her. Yeah. She was set up to win, and to her credit, she is working because there's a lot of people with her kind of money that wouldn't be working at all.
But also, all her sisters have their own line. I mean, you know, they have a clothing line that may not hit as well as a cosmetic line. So she is doing something different, and I think that we shouldn't bypass that. You know what I mean?
And Kim is only at 350 million, you know, and Kylie is 20 and reaching $1 billion or 100 million away, but she's so close. I mean, she's 20, she's a mom, she's a businesswoman. She is just,
it's that Malcolm Gladwell outlier situation where she's in the right place at the right time with the social media boom. Yeah. She was able to put herself in the forefront of it and benefit wildly from that as well.
It's all timing.
Number one, you don't, in no specific order, but number one here is you don't fight anymore. You fight about a lot of small things. You don't talk about the future, and you're not spending time together. Do you guys think this list is an accurate one? Is there anything that really sticks out glaringly that's missing on this list?
I feel like so many, I'm so excited for this one, by the way. I feel like so many things are missing. I mean, the arguing thing, the not fighting, and that's okay. But also, what about when you start losing affection, when you stop, you know, leaning in for a kiss?
I thought sex immediately, and I don't mean that in a crass manner. I mean, if you're not intimate, they're being intimate somewhere else probably, and that should be a uber red flag in this situation.
Absolutely.
Sure.
No, there's a ton of things missing. I mean,
and I thought that not fighting was a good thing.
That's what I thought, Kristen. Once I saw it, that's what I thought immediately was, hey, I'm not fighting. I feel like that's a good thing in my relationship. But really,
do you want to be with someone that you agree with all the time, or that gives you like a yes man? That's like.
You're right. It might mean a lack of passion. The other thing that wasn't on the list is you're not consistently going out on dates. Because I feel like if you're not making that effort and you're not saying, hey, it's a Wednesday, my schedule's a little bit free tonight, I know it's one of your more lax days, let's go out to dinner tonight, or let's take a walk to the park, or let's sit out back and have a glass of wine. If you're not initiating any of those kind of impromptu situations or dates, so to speak, then you've kind of lost that luster a little bit, right?
Yeah,
that kind of fits in the list too, doesn't it?
Right, absolutely. And I think one other thing, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, family's a huge thing. So if, like, family's in your ear, like, oh, she's not good for you, he's not good for you, or you should start moving on or think about something else, it's in the back of your mind, and it'll ultimately kind of end up changing your mindset a little bit. Not saying that they dictate who you should date and who you should end up with, but definitely family plays a huge role, I think.
No question.
Voice.
Yeah, and the one thing they do say, and I don't subscribe to it or I haven't experienced it yet, I hope I never do, but they say when situations or relationships go south, the things that you love about somebody going into it become those things that bug you the most as you progress into a relationship that is going down.
Really?
That's what they say. So hopefully we never experience that in the relationships we have,
Fingers crossed.
because we want nothing but happiness. All right, like
Yeah.
this is definitely being blown out of proportion in this situation. I just don't see it at all. In this situation right here, he has a rapport with Kelly. They're friends because Kelly covers the team. There could have been an issue where the director said, for sizing, we need you to be framed on the box. It might not have been his decision. I don't see this having to do with masculinity or toxicity in any way.
No, also, we have to keep in mind that Hernandez is a jokester. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, he wore a banana suit sometime when he was injured during the season.
Yes.
He like told his coach, oh, I don't speak English for like the first month or something like that. So we know that he's a jokester. So taking this, I think this is just a little too far. Now, I'm not saying it's not a real issue. Obviously,
For sure.
you know, toxic
But in
masculinity
this situation,
is a real
does it
issue.
feel like one in this situation?
Well, no. I mean, I stand on a box when I'm standing next to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's things that
tall.
we do. You know, maybe I would never reach your height, but you
I
know
don't
what
know
I mean?
what box we have in this building where you would stand next to me at 6'8" and be able to manage this height. You're not a short woman.
Right.
And this photo is from April 2017.
Yes.
And he
Yeah.
posted it on Instagram and made his own joke about it. He said, I would say this is short man probs, but it's really just Kelly tone props.
And so that almost defeats the argument right there. Is it's him, the one shedding light on it. He wasn't trying to mask. He wasn't trying to hide it. He put it on full display for people to be like, hey, look, this is a joke I enjoyed with Kelly. And again, I think this is one of those things where people are, and I'm not accusing Karamo of this, but I think people in general sometimes do this, where they want to point for something to find the drama in it, and quite frankly, there's none there.
Right,
Yeah.
and I think it's also just an opportunity for us to find something that we can call trending. I mean, like Krista said, this is a year, almost like over a year old. You know, social media is just taking things just a little bit
Resurfacing.
out of.
She'll let you know, no matter what you do in life, it can always
Always,
resurface
right,
on
right,
social
right.
media at some point in time. It's a scary thing.